Alright, today's the day. We're going to pull the motor out of this WRX. Hopefully take about an hour, hour and a half here. And get it out and kind of see if it's going to be an easy fix or if I'm going to have to rebuild the whole bottom end. Kind of see what's happening. Just in case this is your first one, I'll kind of show you some of the basics. I'm going to remove this plug here, this 12 here, and this for the AC. I'm going to remove these 3 fuel lines. You just put a zip tie in there and zip tie in that side. And you kind of push them in so it pushes the button. You push it, fuel line in, and it pops right out. And then I'm gonna take the inner core off, all the bell housing bolts off, the downpipe bolts off the turbo, pull the intake off here. Those 2 connectors right there. There's 2 on this side for the engine. And then pull the radiator out, the coolant line on top, the coolant line on bottom. Remove the air pump and all the air pump accessories. That line right there. And then the boost controller wires that go right there to the turbo. I guess they're vacuum lines. The 2 motor mount nuts on the bottom. I'm gonna lift the motor up a little bit. And if I'm not mistaken, it'll be just about ready to pull after that. Alright, so I told you I was going to pull the fuel lines off. I pulled the top one off, but just in case you don't know how to use the zip tie trick, I'm just going to kind of show you how real quick. I already got that one off, like I said. So you want to put a zip tie, you kind of, the little notch that's right here, you kind of see that little notch. You put 1 zip tie in the left side, and you kind of push the line in, and you'll feel it kind of click, and you put 1 on the other side, and you kind of click it, it almost like pushes the thing out. You push the line in, and then you pull out like that. All right, those lines are off. Got this guy loose, that's loose. Got the lines off the turbo already. So I just pull this one off of the T fitting, and then the other one that goes to here, I just pulled off there. So that's all open. I'm gonna take the zip tie off in a minute here. All of these lines are off completely. Next, I'm gonna take these downpipe bolts off, which are kind of annoying sometimes. Take this pit stop bolt off. The starter has a bolt here and then a bolt on the bottom of it. And then there should be like 6 or 7 bell housing bolts and then 2 nuts on the very bottom. As far as up here, almost everything's off already except for these 2. Once the radiator's out, this is going to look a lot cleaner and a lot easier to come out. And then I'm probably going to remove AC so that I don't have to take the compressor off. And then probably pull the air pump off in a minute or so here. Like I said, I'll get this off in a minute here. And then the air pump, all this stuff in this area is going to be removed. But there's a sensor down here. And then a sensor, I believe, on the back over here too, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we've got almost everything unhooked. I just removed the air pump. There are coolant lines down there. I gotta remove both those 2 coolant lines. And then the bottom starter bolt and then the rest of the bell housing bolts. And these bolts are being a pain in the butt on the back of the downpipe. I'm gonna have to spray them with some PB Blaster, come back tomorrow and try to get them off. Unfortunately, this isn't gonna happen the rest of the day because I have to go to work soon and I don't have any more PB Blaster here. As you can see, the radiator is obviously out. Don't forget when you pull the radiator out to unplug the fan connectors. There are one right there, one right there. AC had AC in it. It was all charged up, so I decided to remove the compressor itself. All right, good morning. This morning, came out here and last night I put a bunch of PB Blaster on all the exhaust bolts for the downpipe. And I got all of them off. One of them snapped, but I got them all off. Let me show you. So, nut right there, nut in the bottom, nut right there. And then I got this bolt. This one snapped, obviously. I got one that came off of right here. And then the 2 bell housing bolts on that side, that's already coming apart there. I went underneath and I took out the 2 bolts for the motor mounts and attached the engine lift to this. I always pull the O2 sensor in case when I come up it hits. I don't want it to break the O2 sensor. And she's about ready to pull out. Alrighty, motor is out. Looks like turbo might be blown. Clutch and stuff looks okay back here. It's very oily everywhere, unfortunately. We'll walk around here. I mean, definitely seen worse. I've seen holes, but not great looking either. Anyhow, thank you for watching. We'll go ahead and pull this intake off, exhaust off in the next video, and see what damage has occurred.